Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela if you're new here, and if you are not new here, then welcome back. So in today's video, I wanted to sit down and do a look for you guys for Thanksgiving. I wanted to create something that's like super wearable and easy for a lot of people to obtain. If y'all know me, you know I'm not that Instagrammer or YouTuber that does like the crazy makeup looks with all the stuff on the eyelids and everything like that, which I think is cool and very creative, but that's just not my style. So I wanted to create something that's just like I said, really easy to do. And also on Thanksgiving, after I eat, I like to take a nap. I like to knock out and take my midday nap before I go in for seconds. And so I don't want to have like a crazy look going on my face. So let me know if you're the same. But yeah, if this is your guys' kind of thing, be sure to hit the subscribe button and let's start putting on some makeup. Okay guys, so I just went ahead and did my brows off camera. I don't like doing my brows. It's like the least enjoyable thing about makeup. So I just went ahead and did that off camera, but we are gonna start with my eyes. I'm just gonna put a little primer on. I just use concealer. Also, I'm so sorry if this video is going to have some background noise. I live on a military post and they have a construction team going around and redoing certain like homes, like the roof. And so our neighbors right across the street, their roof is getting redone. So there might be some construction noise in the background. I'm so sorry. I almost did a voiceover for this video, but I was like, I haven't really sat down and actually like talk during a video in a while, just because it's so much easier just to turn on the camera, put a movie on and just do my makeup and then do a voiceover later. But I was like, oh, I'll talk to y'all. Okay, so my eyes are set with some powder, so now I'm going to be going in with my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This is her first palette. I don't have her second one. Honestly, there's not really any colors in there that I like am dying to try, but her first palette that she did with Morphe, I absolutely love, and I use this palette all the time. And I feel like a lot of people have this one too, so if you do try to recreate this, the question is, what kind of look are we going for? Okay, so the first shade that I'm gonna go in with is Silk Cream right here. And I'm just gonna use that for the transition shade. Oh, and this is with the Sonia Kashuk rounded crease brush. I'm just gonna pop that right in the crease and up above towards my brow bone, and I'm just gonna go back and forth in windshield wiper motions and then in circular motions. And bring that into the inner corner and just really start to create some depth in that transition area. I need a sip of iced coffee. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, you should. I got an espresso machine a while back, and whew, we've never owned like a coffee machine before, like a Keurig or anything like that, and so we just went for it and got the Nespresso, and it makes some really good coffee, you guys. If you haven't tried the Nespresso machine, I would highly recommend it, especially for like a Christmas present. That would be really good. I think Target has it on sale right now, especially for maybe Black Friday, so that might be a good Christmas gift if you have someone in your family that likes coffee. I will say though that the pods, so we get the pods off of Amazon, and they can be a little expensive, not gonna lie. Like the coffee, getting it, it can be a little expensive. We usually buy it in bulk though. Like the first of the month, we'll just buy like a bunch, and that pretty much lasts us through majority of the month, if not through the next month. Okay, so for the second shade, I'm gonna go in with Pukey. This is like a mustardy pukey color. I actually don't use this shade very much just because I don't know, but I feel like it suits this look. So we are just going to take a little bit of it, same brush, and I'm just going to keep it on the outer edge of my eye and into my crease, and then just buffing it up into the transition, but I'm not bringing it into the corner at all. I'm just keeping it on the outer half and then buffing it out and really just kind of smoking it out and blowing it out. I don't want any harsh lines. Is anyone else like me when they do makeup and they like to like swatch the shades of eyeshadow on the back of their hand? I like to know the shade before I like put it on my eye. I don't like it to be a surprise, so I always like make sure it's like the shade that I want. Okay, so for the outer corner, I'm gonna go in with Central. Oh no, this is Crayon Apple. No, this is Mocha. I'm reading this upside down, you guys. I'm going in with Mocha right here. It's just a really warm brown shade. So going in with Mocha, and I'm just gonna keep that on the outer part of my eyelid just to kind of darken it up just a little bit. And then just kind of flicking it out. And then going back in and just deepening it up a little bit. A really good trick if you want like good color payoff is when you're going with a darker shade is to kind of just like stamp it wherever you want it, like so, and then you can start kind of buffing it out or flicking it out or however you like. But if you want that color to kind of stay there and not kind of disperse right away, stamping it is a really good trick. So I'm gonna go back in with that fluffy blending brush that I use, and I'm just gonna blend out the edges and make sure everything stays nice and like diffused and smooth. So now I'm going to go in with Central Park in a flat definer brush. And I'm just going to basically stamp this on my lash line, from the outer corner to the inner corner, just kind of wiggle it into the lashes. Okay, so once I have my lash line all stamped out with that darker shade, I'm gonna build it up a little bit more on the outer corner of my lash line. Just kind of bring it up just a tiny bit higher on the outer corner. And then I'm going to go back in with that smaller brush I used for the outer corner, which by the way is the Morphe E17. And I'm just gonna kind of smoke it out just a little bit so that it blends into the other shadows. Okay, so I want to brighten up the inner portion of my eye a little bit. So I'm gonna go in with this Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette. And I'm just gonna go in, this palette is really dirty, but I'm just gonna go in with this first shade right here. It's a super creamy, light shade. I'm just gonna dab that on the inner portion of my eye. Okay, so for lashes, I'm gonna go in with the Ardell Demi Wispy. So I'm just gonna pop these on and then I will be right back. Okay, so my lashes are on. This side is being a little wonky right now, but we're just gonna keep moving along. So for foundation, I actually recently bought this RCMA foundation palette. I bought it for my clients because I do freelance makeup, and I tried it for the first time on one of my clients the other day, and her skin looked so good. It was so pretty, and I barely used any product. And I don't know, it just looked really pretty, and so I wanted to try it on myself. And whenever I use this or like take any of the foundation out, I use like a spatula scraping brush and then put it on the back of my hand or on like a little plate thing, so there's no like cross-contamination or anything like that. I'm very sanitary when it comes to like my makeup products, especially with clients. So, but I really wanted to try this on myself and see how it looks. I think I might mix a couple shades. That's the cool part about this palette is you can totally like mix and match. Okay, so I just have like, I don't know if you guys can see it at all, but I have a tiny bit on the back of my hand, and then I'm just taking this Sonia Kashuk. It's a tapered highlighting brush, but honestly, it's really pretty to use for a cream foundation, and it helps just like smooth everything over, and it doesn't have any lines or streak marks or anything, so it's really pretty. All right, so I'm just gonna mix the two of these on the back of my hand and just go in. Yeah, this blends out really nicely, and I pretty much have half my face done. I'm not somebody that likes like a super full coverage look or anything like that. I really like coverage. I think it's honestly more flattering for the skin. I will probably put a little bit more on my cheeks just because I do have a little bit more redness right in that area. My face looks really white on the viewfinder right now, but I promise it's not. I feel like I barely brushed it on my face and it's already blended out. It's really nice. And this brush is, if you guys use cream products, I would definitely recommend this. It'd probably be nice with liquid too, actually. But there's like 0 streak marks, and it like blended it out like that. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going in with my Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 10. I'll put a little bit around my nose and a little bit on my chin. I have been breaking out really bad on my chin area, like right in this area. I think it's just hormonal. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques blending sponge. I'm curious to see how this blends out with the cream and the concealer, because oftentimes like whenever you're using cream, you want to use like a brush when you're blending it out, because cream and something that contains like water, retains water, obviously it like pills up on top of cream products, which this isn't dripping wet, but I'm curious to see how this mixes with the cream that's already on my face as far as like blending out my concealer. I want to see if it like changes the consistency and whatnot. I have 0 complaints so far. It looks really nice on this side. You guys, I am pretty impressed actually. There's no pilling, no balling up. I mean, this has been sitting out for a while, so it's not like I said drenching wet. Okay, so I'm just gonna set my under eye and the rest of my face with the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance Pressed Powder. You guys, I think I need to get a new one pretty soon. I really, really like this pressed powder. I like also too, now that I think about this cream foundation. I've always steered away from creams because I feel like they have always been so thick and heavy. Because one time I went to a MAC store to look at products, and the gal had convinced me, this is like a long time ago, but she had convinced me to try this cream foundation on that they had, and she had put it on, and first of all, it was the wrong shade. It just did not look good when I went back and sat in my car and looked in the mirror. But secondly, it was just so thick and greasy and heavy. It's like, it just did not sit well on my face. And I don't know if that's just the product, but I will say that this feels very lightweight on my skin. Like I can hardly feel it. Like it feels like there's nothing really on my face. That is a plus. Okay, so I'm going to finish my lower lash line, and I kind of want to do something a little bit bold. Not really, but I'm going to go in with this green eyeliner in the shade Everlasting. It is a really pretty like olivey, like forest green. I don't know if you guys can really pick up on it, but it's really pretty. So I'm just going to pop this on my lower lash line. It's like lunchtime right now, so like a bunch of soldiers are coming home for like lunch in my area around Post, and I just feel like there's like so many noises going on in the background right now. There's like car horns and dogs are barking and people are yelling and doors are slamming. It's like, I swear I choose the worst times to film. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Central Park. It's that dark brown shade that we put on the lash line, and I'm just going to kind of stamp my lower lash line really tightly. And I just want to bring it in about halfway. I still want to keep my eyes kind of open and not super closed. Throwing on some mascara. This is just my L'Oreal Voluminous Original Black Mascara. Okay, so my lower lash line is done. I'm going to move back on to my face, and I'm just going to bronze a little bit with my dust Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is actually the light bronzer. I have been using the regular bronzer, but I decided to take it a little bit lighter since I am a little bit more fair right now. And I'm just gonna do a light bronzer on my face just to warm it up before we contour. Okay, and then for my contour shade, I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I was using this shade 320, but I'm gonna bump it back down to the shade 222 True Beige. By the way, I was using the Morphe M527 for bronzing, and now I'm gonna go in with the Morphe M437 to contour. I'm gonna go right from the tip of my ear, bring it about halfway. I don't want like a super intense contour. Can't tell if this color is really showing up, to be honest. I might actually go to the darker shade. Yeah, okay. We're gonna actually go back down to 320 because it's just a little bit darker. I just don't think that True Beige is really showing up really well. Alrighty guys, so for blush, I'm gonna be using the Honest Beauty Cream Blush. You guys, this is hands down my favorite blush. I don't use anything else, to be honest. It's so pretty. How it applies, you can use a brush, a sponge, or fingers. I use the shade Rose Pink, and I just think it's so pretty. It just looks really, really natural. So I'm gonna go in with my Real Techniques blending sponge, and I just dab it in the product. And then I pretty much just smile and I stamp it on my cheeks and just do my thing. It just looks so pretty. Let me put a little bit on my nose. And then I kind of just like to take my powder brush and just lightly tap over. I'm not putting any like product on my brush. but just to kind of put like a little, like whatever's on my brush, just to kind of set it a little bit. You really don't need it, but I like to do just a little bit. Okay, so for highlighter, I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. This is a Sun Dipped Glow Kit, and I think I'm gonna go in with these two right here. This is Summer and Moonstone. So Summer and Moonstone, I think I'm just gonna mix them and put them on. This is such a pretty palette. If you guys don't have this for highlighters, this is really, really pretty. I know I usually go in with my Jaclyn Hill loose, like the loose highlighter, which, oh, so pretty, I love, but doing something different. So gorgeous. And I like to kind of smile and put on the apples of my cheeks like that, so it's nice and glowy. And then whenever I do apply it, I like to apply it in circular motions and kind of buff it, the highlighter, into my skin, bring it up on the side onto the temples, put a little on my nose, on the tip, down the bridge, Cupid's bow, a little on the chin. I'm actually going to take a little bit of Summer from that glow kit and just take a little precision brush. I'm just going to put this on the inner corner of my eye just to kind of brighten it up a little bit, and then just a little bit on my brow bone. So for the lips, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. I'm going to go in with the Color Sensational lip liner from Maybelline. This is in the shade 105 Nude Whisperer. I use it for literally every single look I do. Okay, and then for lipstick, this is a Revlon lipstick in the shade Nude Fury 756. It's a really pretty, like, nudie brown shade. It's cute. It's cute. And then to top things off, I'm just gonna go in. Is this Revlon as well? No, this is Rimmel. This is just a plain clear gloss because my lips are, they're kind of crusty right now, so. Oh, that is sticky. And then lastly, I'm just gonna spray down my face. This is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. Never ready for it. Am I missing anything? Oh, let's set my brows. This is just the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel. Alrighty guys, so that is the end of this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me while I put together this makeup look for Thanksgiving. I really hope that you guys do have a good Thanksgiving and that you are able to spend it with your family, your friends, your loved ones, and that you're not alone. And yeah, I just kindly remind you guys to be thankful for everything that God has blessed us all with. And don't forget to subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye guys!